Have you ever wished you were born with a superpower? You probably think life would be so much easier if you had one, right? Well, not exactly, but it sure could be a lot of fun. Just ask these 10 unusual kids born with real superpowers. What's up, Factnatics? This is Discovery Amuse, serving up your daily dose of the most outrageous, outlandish, and out-of-this-world fun facts. Keep watching until the end because you'll both be touched and amazed at the incredible story of our number one super kid. All right, on with the list. Number 10, Firestarter Kid. Someone yells, "Fire!" usually when an actual fire has already broken out, right? Well, when this little girl from the Philippines cries fire, or sunog in Filipino, she starts the actual fire. In 2011, in this sleepy town in the province of Antique, a rumor quickly spread like wildfire about a 3-year-old girl named Emma Tablate, who could inexplicably set fire on various household stuff like pillows, mats, clothes, even her own underwear. The cameraman who was documenting Emma at the time even said his camera started malfunctioning when the alleged firebender screamed fire at it. Soon enough, the town mayor back then got involved in the investigation of this pyrokinetic kid. But little Emma believed that evil black dwarves who lived near their house was causing the spontaneous fires. Think this firebending kid is impossible? Trust me, our number one pick will have you believing in miracles. Up next, number 9, Boy of Steel. In 2012, 7-year-old Yang Jinlong became an overnight sensation in China for being incredibly strong. Look at him piggyback riding his dad like it's no big deal. Nothing to see here, just a father and child passing through. And here he is pulling a car along on his way to school. No, just kidding. He's not going to school, but he is pulling the damn car. At 9 months old, his parents said Jinlong can already lift an 11-pound barrel. Was this boy secretly sent from Krypton? His family attributes his incredible strength to his healthy appetite and, the occasional lifting of 40-kilo sacks of wheat and grain. Now, if Jinlong were to team up with this other Chinese super kid, they would definitely make one dynamic duo. Number 8, Night Vision Kid. The sky blue eyes of this kid from China is enough to catch anyone's attention. After all, brightly colored eyes like his don't run in his family, but that's not the only thing amazing about his eyes, because just as cats do, Nong Yusui can see in the dark. During the day, the boy would usually complain at school about his vision getting blurry in bright light, but could read perfectly even in pitch black. To test this, medical experts even conducted experiments on Yusui inside a completely dark room, like making him read out from a piece of paper and fill out written questionnaires, which he aced with flying colors. Eye specialists believe that Yusui is born with leukodermia, which makes his eyes extra sensitive to light. From reading in the dark to reading minds? Number 7, Little Miss Telepath. In 2013, 9-year-old Nandana Unkrishnan became a national sensation in India for having the extraordinary ability to read her mother's mind. I know what you're thinking, it could be just plain old mother and daughter connection. Her mother Sandhya thought so too, but after undergoing countless assessments to prove Nandana's mind-reading capabilities, including experiments done by child clinics and even local media, experts came to the conclusion that the little girl could possibly have savant syndrome, in which someone with a mental disability shows incredible skills like photographic memory, unusual math skills, or in Nandana's case, mental telepathy. You see, Nandana is born in the autism spectrum. That's why they are not ruling out savant syndrome just yet. Prepare to be shocked by our next super kid. Literally. Number 6, Electro Boy. Once upon a time, an Indian boy was fixing his mom's electric heater when he accidentally touched the live wire. But surprisingly, he was not the least bit electrocuted. And that's the origin story of Deepak Jongra, who would soon be known as the human electric insulator. From TV wires and DVD players to electric woodcutters, Deepak has experimented with them all and lived to tell the tale. He would dip his hands on electrified water, light up light bulbs with his fingers, and even touch live wires with his tongue. What sorcery is this? But for the ultimate test of his superhuman ability, he decided to climb an electric pole and touch a deadly 11,000-volt live wire. In case you didn't know, that's enough voltage to power 500 houses. It was such an insane stunt that bystanders actually thought he was trying to end his life. What an electrifying performance indeed! Our next kid can surely give The Rock a run for his money. Number 5. Muscle Boy. By 8 months old, this boy could already do a pull-up, and by 9 months, he could climb up and down the stairs. Meet Liam Hoekstra, who's seemingly born to be the next Arnold Schwarzenegger. But while he looks like the envy of alpha males all over the world, Liam actually suffers from a rare condition called muscle hypertrophy. His low levels of a protein called myostatin allows him to build muscles relatively faster than the average person while inhibiting body fat. By 3 years old, Liam is already lifting 5-pound dumbbells, one on both hands, and could already move furniture around his house. Just look at this kid showing off his superior strength. Soon enough, he could star in his own cheesy action movies without a stunt double. Number 4. Young Hawkeye. Okay, if you're not much of a Marvel fan, then we can call this kid Young Arrow. Call her whatever you want, but there's no denying this kid's jaw-dropping skills with a bow and arrow. Check this out. The girl shoots arrows with her legs and feet. At an early age, Russian kid Anna Bellish had exhibited her love for acrobatics, doing headstands and contortions like there's no tomorrow. But when she discovered a similar penchant for archery, she said, why not do both at the same time? Being the real-life superhero that she is, Anna trained in the art of backward archery, or upside-down archery, with the goal of getting into the Guinness Book of World Records. Well, Anna, with or without a world record, you're already a champ in our book. Number 3. Bat Boy. No, he's not born with bat wings, nor does he suck people's blood. But Lucas Murray has developed an extraordinary hearing skill called echolocation, similar to bats. Born blind, Lucas used to cling tightly to his parents whenever they're outside, but soon after, he mastered the art of echolocation. He's out running with his friends and even playing basketball with minimal assistance. The Murrays have blind psychologist Daniel Kish to thank for it. In 2007, when Lucas was 5, Dr. Kish taught him the technique of echolocation, wherein he clicks his tongue on the roof of his mouth and listens to the echo bounce back. Through this technique, Lucas is able to determine the depth and shape of the objects in his environment, enabling him to navigate an area unassisted. Teach me your ways, sensei. Our next kid is so special. Ever since he was born, he always stood out. Number 2. Teen Titan. Get a load of this kid. When Brock Brown was in kindergarten, he was already 5 feet 2 inches tall. He reached 6 feet by middle school, and by the time he was in high school, he was already towering over his peers at 7 feet tall. His growth was virtually unstoppable. He was even once crowned the tallest teenager in the world. But did you know that doctors didn't expect him to make it past adolescence? You see, Brock was born with a genetic disorder called Sotos syndrome, otherwise known as cerebral gigantism. Because of his condition, he was born with only one kidney, struggled to walk long distances, and eventually developed diabetes. But like a true superhero, Brock defied all medical odds and has even recently landed his dream job at a local sports center. And finally, prepare to be amazed by our top pick. Number 1. The Indestructible Kid. In January 2007, a freak accident befell the Bacon family. Strong winds caused a 40-foot lime tree to fall and come crashing down on 3-year-old Domenico Bacon. The worst thing? His mom, Sarah, wasn't at the scene of the accident. When Sarah reached the hospital, the gravity of her son's situation sank in. Domenico's skull was severely fractured, and his life was hanging in a balance. After undergoing surgery, Domenico remained unconscious for the next 2 weeks. His parents were preparing for the worst outcomes until little Domenico finally gained consciousness and slowly recovered. But he came out of the hospital with his legs completely paralyzed. With each small step, Domenico slowly improved his mobility and eventually got back on his own 2 feet. 2 years after the accident, the young boy is not only alive, but also shows almost no signs of the horrible tragedy. What an incredible story of determination! Who among these kids impressed you the most? And if given the chance, what superpower would you like to have? Let us know in the comments section below. Now you too can join our fantastic tribe of Factnatics. Just hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell and gain early bird access to our daily serving of life-changing, boredom-busting content. Can't get enough of these unusual kids born with superpowers? Then don't miss the most unusual babies in the world. Just click on the video you see on the screen right now. Till then, stay super factnatics and see you in the next video.